Good evening, everyone. I wanted to take time out to share some concerns that I've had for such a long time, but it's even more so right now because it's happened so frequently here. In just the last few weeks, we've had a number of shootings in Ward 8, and that there have been more and more lives lost or people injured as a result of gun violence here in Ward 8. And the question I have is when is it enough that not that the people who are committing the crimes decide that they just don't want to do it anymore, but when is it enough for our city officials to recognize the emergency that we are under in this ward for public safety? COVID-19 has a front seat to concerns from the global perspective of the city. But in Ward 8, we have that in addition to the gun violence. And why hasn't the leaders, the mayor, the city council, taken the steps to ensure that there are more police officers in the same communities where these crimes are happening every single day? You know, it's not like it's one block, the next street over, and then the next day it's a couple of blocks down. This is the same communities. And this has been going on for years. And we have no movement from our city officials to increase police presence in the same communities where the same crimes are happening all the time. What is it going to take? And so I figured it's time for everyone to raise the concern to the mayor, to raise concern to the city officials, our council, the incumbent right now. Why we haven't heard from him about this? And I'm not talking about one day and then leave it alone for the next 6 months. It's an issue every day. And until something's done about it, attention needs to be brought about it. And I stand before you again as that person who is not afraid to take the stand and bring forth the concerns to all of those who are elected to protect and serve us. The police chief, where are you on this? This is not all about somebody in the community telling you who is doing this. This is about you putting forth the effort to put enough officers in the community to bring some peace and solitude to the crimes that are being committed on a regular basis. There was an issue going on just a few days ago with someone riding around that's shooting paintball at people, the postal workers, friends of mine, cars, things like houses. And, you know, when these things are happening, I expect to see heightened police activity. You know, at Congress, up at the Malcolm X polling station off of Alabama Avenue, the police are sitting in the parking lot, and we appreciate them being there through the time of polling. But the crime is going on behind them, not in the parking lot where we are. So if we have an officer there that's in the parking lot to ensure that we're safe throughout the day, while people are going in to place their vote, why aren't there other officers staged up in the community where the trouble is happening? It's high time that somebody says something about it. And I haven't heard anybody really talking about what needs to be done. So let me give you the plan of what needs to be done. The mayor needs to understand that right now, if you have any serious concern, any idea of bringing public safety to everybody in this ward, you start where you have the greatest problem. And we need to have officers on the street in heavy numbers in the areas where there's crime, to begin to send a signal that we're not going to take this anymore. Somebody needs to get up off of it and do something. And so I'm calling on everyone in Ward 8 who wants to see a change in this city, who wants to see the public safety return to the levels of where you can feel comfortable coming out in the afternoon, in the evening, in the morning, wherever you live in this ward. Join me in calling on the mayor and the rest of the city council to do something about it. And the only way that you're going to show me that you're sincere about doing something about it is that first we begin to see police officers on the street. I've called in my platform to have monitoring devices, cameras on every corner. You need them on the major thoroughfares. Again, I said before that if you have cameras and people feel like they're being watched, they're less likely to do something stupid. For those who decide they want to do something stupid anyway, then at least you have the footage to show what you need to do so that people don't go to jail unnecessarily or without thorough information or evidence of what they've done. So join me in calling on the mayor tomorrow morning in doing something about the shootings, senseless shootings that are taking place in Ward 8. Don't look for the residents to just be standing there ready to pick up the phone to call Chief Newsom and the rest of his staff with information. You know, quite honestly, I've talked to enough people that would be concerned as to what would happen to them as far as retaliation if they did report anything to you. So it's time for the police to do what they're getting paid to do, okay? And stop playing games with the people's lives in Ward 8. Thank you.